Hello student, the subject is estimation and costing. Subject code is 15CE33T 5th Sem Civil Engineering. In this class, I explained about central line method for finding out the different quantities of two-room building. A central line method is a very simple method and it is a quick method for finding the all the quantities of different item of work from foundation level to the substructure level. It can be easily calculated, can compare to the long wall short wall method. In this method is commonly suitable for the walls of similar cross section. Then, before calculating the quantities of the each item of work, it is necessary to find out the center to center length of all the main walls or center to center length of the all the partition walls. Then, after finding the center to center length of all the main wall and partition wall, then you can find out the number of junction in the given plan. It may be number of junction is in a single room building is normally 0. When the number of rooms will be more, the number of junction will be automatically increased. In this method, the formula which is used for finding out the true length of the wall is equal to the center to center length of wall minus of number of junction into particular breadth divided by 2 of the item. When cross wall or partition or veranda wall join with the main wall, the center to center get reduced. That means once the two number of walls are meet at a point, the center to center length will be reduced. This will be the width of the half of the breadth of the each section. Such junctions or joints are carefully studied and you have to calculate the total center to center length of the wall. Already told, the estimate is prepared by most accurate and it is a quick method. There are the different steps which are commonly adopted for finding out the different item of work in the center line method. First, you have to draw the center to center line of the given plan of the picture. After drawing the center to center line of the diagram, then you have to calculate the total center to center length of the main wall. That means load bearing wall. The thickness of the main wall is normally 30 centimeter or 23 centimeter. After getting the center to center length of the main wall, then you have to calculate the number of T junction for a particular main wall. That means main wall meets another main wall. You have to consider that is called as a junction. Then after obtaining the number of T junction, then you have to calculate the total length of the partition wall. Normally the thickness of the partition wall is 150 mm or it may be a 20 centimeter or 200 mm. Then automatically you also calculate the number of T junction for the partition wall very carefully. The partition wall meets the main wall. You have to consider that it is a T junction for a partition wall. After getting the center to center length of main wall and partition wall and number of joints for main wall and partition wall, then you have to calculate the original length of the particular item. Original length is equal to center length minus number of joints into half of the width of the item at this level. This is a very important formula for finding the for finding the true length of the particular item of work. The center to center length is already calculated for main wall separately, partition wall separately. Then by knowing the number of joints of the main wall as well as in the partition wall, then you have to multiply it by the number of junction to the width of the particular item in a 50%. After getting the L value from this formula, then we have to go to the find out the quantity of the each item of work is equal to L into B into H. Here, there is a special care should be taken for calculating number of junction. If the number of junction wall meets from three direction, that is, this is the one wall direction, this is the another wall direction, this is the another wall direction. The three wall meets at a single point, that number of junction will be considered as a single, that is one number. Then if the T junction for wall from four direction, just like a plus mark, it is a plus mark, it is wall from this direction and wall from this direction and again wall from this direction, again wall from this direction, total plus mark direction plus mark of the wall connection, the number of junction will be considered as a 2 number. This is the picture which will show how to find out the number of junction in a particular given picture and also how to calculate the center to center length of long wall and center to center length of short wall. This is the two-room building. This is the room 1 and this is the room 2. Here there is a intermediate wall is constructed in between the two room. Here this is the junction 1, considered as junction 1. It is a T junction. It is a T junction. Below the one more junction that is called as a T junction. Their number of junction is equal to 2 and here the corner wall will meet the corner, two walls are meets at a point is not called as a junction. The junction will not consider at the corner, only it will be considered at the T junction. And here we have to also calculate the center to center length of long wall. We have to measure from this center of wall to this center of wall in horizontal direction is called as a long wall, and center of length from this point to the center of point of this point from vertical direction is called as a short wall. In this video, how to calculate the 4 item of work in a 2-room building using central line method. First, we have to find out basement size door masonry in cement mortar 1:6. Second one, 2.5 centimeter thick DPC. Third one, first class burnt brick masonry in cement mortar 1:6 for superstructure. Fourth one, weatherproof course in 100 mm average thick in cement concrete 1:2:4. These are the 4 items are calculated by using central line method. It is calculated both quantities and as well as cost of the construction of these 4 items. This is the plan which is required for calculating the different item of work with the help of this picture. Here, this is the room 1, shows the dimension of 4 meter by 6 meter. This is the room 2, 6 meter by 6 meter. The horizontal direction of the room is 6 meter and vertical dimension of the room also 6 meter. Here, horizontal direction of the room is 4 meter. Vertical dimension of the room is 6 meter. The thickness of the wall, all the walls is equal to 20 centimeter. The number of windows will be 4, number of doors will be 2, number of shelves will be 2. This will help to calculate the different item of work. This is the cross section of the particular building. Here shows the different item of work. In this picture, it is very important in the basement. This is the basement and this is the DPC and this is the burnt brick masonry, and above the terrace we have to provide the weatherproof course of 100 mm thick. Here this is the dimension of the doors, windows and shelves are given in the problem. This is the horizontal width of the door and this is the vertical opening of the door, that is 1.2 by 2 meter. Similarly, windows, shelves and thickness of wall is 0.2 is given in the diagram. Thickness of wall is equal to 0.2 meter, ceiling height is equal to 3 meter. Then this is the picture which helps to how to calculate the center to center length of long wall and short wall. After getting the center to center length of the long wall and short wall, by adding all the long walls and all the short wall, and finally we will get the total center to center length of all the walls. This is the 4 meter direction in the horizontal direction of the room. We have to measure from this point to this point by calculating the dimension. Here we have to take the half of the width of wall is equal to 0.1 meter plus 4 meter plus 0.2 meter plus 6 meter. Here also you have to take only half of the thickness of the wall. Here total center to center length of this horizontal wall is equal to the 0.2 by 2. Here the thickness of the wall is 0.2, then you have to take only half of this wall then 4 meter is the first room horizontal direction, plus thickness of the wall is in between two room is 0.2 meter, and 6 meter is the another room horizontal direction length. Then finally this wall is 0.2 by 2, therefore is equal to 10.4 meter is the center to center length of horizontal direction of wall from this point to this point. This is 10.4 meter. Similarly, you have to calculate the vertical center to center length of wall, that is considered as a short wall. It is measured from this corner to this corner. The length is equal to 6.2 meter. By taking the 0.2 by 2 is the half of the width of wall from here, and 6 meter is the vertical direction of the wall, and 0.2 by 2, then finally we get the 6.2 meter. Here the center line method will not considered as a single wall. You have to take all the number of wall in a single shot. Therefore the number of wall in horizontal direction is equal to 2, number of wall in transverse direction is equal to 3. Here, how to find out the center to center length of long wall? Already we are calculated the 10.4 meter is the single wall, and 6.2 meter is the vertical direction wall. Then number of wall 10.4 meter center to center is equal to 2 number multiplied by 2, and center to center length of another vertical direction of wall is 6.2 meter, but number of vertical direction wall is equal to 2. By multiplying and adding these two values, you will get the total center to center length of all wall. That means long wall, short wall, both number of walls 2, long wall 2, and number of short wall is equal to 3. Finally we get this is the answer for total center to center length of the wall. Then you have to find out the number of junction for 20 centimeter wall, 20 centimeter wall. This is the wall, 20 centimeter wall meets another 20 centimeter wall. The number of junction is equal to here is 1 and here also 2. The corner meeting walls are not considered as a junction. Therefore, number of junction will be 2. After getting these details, then you can easily find out the different quantities of the work. First, you have to find out the basement in side stone masonry by knowing the center to center length is equal to 38.5 meter. It is obtained from here 39.5 meter. Then number of junction is equal to 2. Number of junction is equal to 2. This is center to center length is 39.4 meter. Then 39.4 minus 2 into 0.3 by 2 is equal to 39.1 meter. Here, by knowing the center to center length is deducted by the number of junction will be 2 into breadth of particular item out. This width of the basement is given in the drawing is 0.3 meter. This is the width of the basement is given in the drawing is 0.3 meter. That this will, you have to half of the width of this particular item of work. Then 39.1 meter is the true length of this basement. After getting the length, you know the width is equal to 0.3 meter. By knowing the depth is equal to 0.5 meter from the cross section, then you can easily find out the quantity is equal to 6.45 cubic meter. Then after finding the basement, then you can easily find out DPC to 2 centimeter thick. You have to find out by knowing the center to center length is equal to 38.4 meter, number of junction is equal to 2 meter, breadth of DPC is obtained from the cross section is equal to 0.3 meter. Then the quantity of DPC is equal to 11.73. Here the unit of the DPC is taken in square meter. You have to neglect the depth of the DPC. This is only thickness of DPC is 0.05 meter. Then you have to neglect the thickness, only you have to consider the length and breadth of the DPC. After completion of the DPC quantity, then you have to find out first class burnt brick within the cement mortar 1:6 for superstructure. This is the superstructure of the superstructure is given in the picture. Here also the center to center length is 39.4 meter, and number of junction is equal to 0.2, and breadth of particular thickness of wall is equal to 0.2 meter. After getting these values, you can easily find out the true length is equal to 39.4 meters as center to center length minus of 2 into 0.2 by 2 is equal to 39.2 meter. The depth of or height of the brickwork is equal to 3 meter is measured from ceiling height. It is 0.7 plus 1.4 plus 0.9. finally you get the ceiling height of 3 meter. By knowing these three value L into B into D, finally you get the values of 23.52. In this bird brick masonry, special care should be taken for finding the deduction. That means in order to, you have to deduct the opening as well as lintel quantity can be deducted. These quantities are included in the primary stage of the calculation. At the primary stage, you have to assume the all the walls are considered as a solid wall. But in actual practice, we are providing some of windows and doors and shelves. That quantity can be deducted from this total quantity. Deduction for opening is equal to, you have to take the length of the door into height of the door into thickness of the door. The quantity is 1 cubic meter. Similarly, you have to calculate the windows, and similarly you have to calculate the shelves. After deduction is calculated, then you can easily calculate the quantity of total quantity of deduction for uh, brickwork in opening. Then you have to find out the deduction for lintel above opening. Similarly, here the length of the lintel is normally provided above the door or above the opening. It is the length of the lintel is equal to width of the opening plus 2 bearing, and depth of the lintel is given in the diagram is equal to 0.15 meter, assuming whatever the bearing is 0.15 meter on the both the side. Then for example, if the door D is 1.2 meter opening, then you have to add 0.3 meter for the 2 bearing, then you will get the 1.5 meter. Similarly, you have to calculate the quantities for the doors, windows, ventilators. After getting these values, then you can easily find out the net quantity is equal to total quantity is already calculated minus of deduction quantity for both opening as well as lintel. Finally, you get the quantity. This is the actual quantity of brickwork construction of the wall. Then finally, you have to find out the WPC in average of 100 mm thick. This quantity can be calculated in generally. Whatever the long wall and short wall method will not use it for calculating the weatherproof course. The length of the weatherproof course calculated from this point corner of wall to the this corner of wall is equal to 10.2 meter. That means 4 meter plus 0.2 4.2 plus 6 is equal to 10.2 meter, and you have to measure the vertical direction of 6 meter from this inner surface of parapet wall to this inner surface of parapet wall. Once you get the length and breadth, you can easily find out the quantity is equal to 61.20 square meter. In this weatherproof course, the thickness is 100 mm. You have to neglect the depth or thickness of it weatherproof. So after calculating all the four quantities can be pasted or transferred to this is the tabular column. Is very important. First is item number, particulars of item, unit, number, length, breadth, depth, quantity, and remarks. This is very important. First item, just you have to basement in cement or size stone masonry in cement mortar 1:6. The unit is square cubic meter. Then whatever the quantity is already calculated is pasted here. You will get the quantity. Similarly, calculate the DPC is already calculated above. Whatever the values should be pasted here. Similarly, calculate the burnt brick masonry quantity is 23.52. Then here deduction is very important. Number of door is 2. The quantity is 1 cubic meter. Number of windows is 4. Number of shelves are 2. By getting these values, this is a deduction for opening, and you have to similarly calculate the deduction for lintel above the opening. By using these values, number of doors is equal to 2, length of lintel is equal to width of opening plus 2 bearing. This is the thickness of the wall or width of the wall, and this is the height of the lintel is obtained from the cross section. Similarly, calculate the windows and shelves. Total quantity of reduction is equal to 2.74. Net quantity is equal to 20.778 cubic meter. It is obtained from total quantity minus deduction. After completion of third item, then go to the fourth item is WPC for 100 mm thick. It is unit is square meter. 10.2 meters the horizontal direction, 6 meters the vertical direction. Quantity is equal to 61.2 meter. After finding all the four quantities, then find out the how much cost is required for each quantity, each particular item of work. That means you have to use this tabular column is very important for finding out the abstract cost of the estimate. Serial number, a description of the item, quantity, unit, rate and amount. First you have to write serial number on, just you have to write down the specification of the particular item. Basement in size to dimension in cement mortar 1:6. The quantity is already calculated is equal to 6.3. The quantity is obtained from this tabular column is equal to 6.44. Then 6.44, then unit is cubic meter, then 5500 rupees per cubic meter if the rate is obtained according to their circle, according to their district circle. After getting the rate, then rate multiplied by quantity, you will get the amount. Similarly, calculate these three values by using say above the procedure. After getting this value, adding four values, you will get the sum amount of 2,34,368. After getting this value, add 3% contingents and add 2% purchase establishment. You will get the total cost of these four items is equal to 2,46,086 rupees. Okay, now this is the time for the multiple choice question. The first question, the figure given below represents plan section of an excavation layout. The volume of earthwork in excavation of foundation trench is A 6.528 cubic meter, B 8.64 cubic meter, C 8.832 cubic meter, D 9.6 cubic meter. Okay, second question. What is the total center to center line length of the plan shown if the thickness of the wall is 30 centimeter? This is the plan, thickness of the wall is 30 centimeter. Then you have to find out the total center to center length of the all wall. It may be horizontal wall or vertical wall. Answer A 34.1 meter, B 27.5 meter, C 25.6 meter, D 36.6 meter. Next, third question. A wall of width 300 mm contains two junctions. The height of wall is 3 meter and total length of center line is 150 meter. Calculate the quantity of brickwork in cubic meter using center line method. A 134.46 cubic meter, B 134.73 cubic meter, C 134.86 cubic meter, D 135 cubic meter. Fourth question. The centerline method is specially adapted for estimating A circular building, B hexagonal building, C octagonal buildings, D all of the above. Fifth one. What percentage of the cost of estimate is provided for the contingents? A 3%, B 8%, C 10%, D 15%. Thank you.